8:29 now, and still ahead here on Good Morning Washington. Back to school money resolutions. I'm sitting down with the home economist. She has got a financial plan to recover from all that summer spending.
Now, from News Channel 8, this is Good Morning Washington.
All right, Larry, thanks. Well, many families might still be reeling from the cost of all their summer splurges. So here this morning to help rein in your spending with some back-to-school resolutions, it's family finance expert Graff, better known as the home economist. Good morning.
Good morning.
So is this very common? You see a lot of families who maybe start looking at their balance books and think, oh, we really overdid it this summer.
Well, you know, for parents, back to school is the new year. Like Congress has the fiscal year.
Yeah.
And, you know, some people start on January 1st. For parents, it's September.
Okay.
This is when we start this is when our year starts.
Kind of when we reset?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So if you're looking at your balance and you think, okay, we've got to figure out some ways to cut. Okay. One of the first places that you say is learning, but we don't actually want to cut learning. Just do it differently.
We definitely don't want to cut learning. But when you're a parent, no matter how old your child is, you look at this kid and you say, I got to get this kid into college, right? And so, and manufacturers and everybody exploits that. There's money to be made there. Really, what we can do with our kids is read to them. Okay, the difference between kids who start ahead and stay ahead, the kids who are ahead know more words. Huh. That's it.
Like researchers, simple.
Yeah, it's that simple because their parents talk to them frequently and positively. Mm-hmm. And then for little kids, you can learn stories, beginnings, middle, and end.
So your advice is to stay away from the very expensive reading games and that kind of stuff.
Yes,
just as
all
simple
those
as
flashing lights and the screen time and everything.
And the toys.
That is actually responsible, researchers found, for language delays and sleep disturbances.
Okay.
And then for older kids, how about teaching them a little bit about the stock market? There's plenty of companies out there that our children are interested in. Apple, Disney.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Coca-Cola.
So I love this idea, kind of maybe helping them buy a little bit of stock in a publicly traded company. What age is a good age to try and start explaining that? Because it can get very tedious very quickly.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not tedious if you say to them, you can own a share of McDonald's, or you can own a share of Pepsi, or Mattel, and then they start looking at the products, and then they can decide how the company's doing, because they are actually using the products.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So some real world applications there. I love this. Institute more family time. So maybe focus more on game nights at home rather than trying to go out to the movies or amusement parks.
When you hear family time, right, you think amusement parks.
Right.
You're thinking movies, things that cost over $200
easily.
Right?
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be like that. Mm-hmm. For little kids, you can have a picnic in the living room. You can eat dinner by candlelight. You can have pancakes for dinner, and that's like the funnest thing in the world.
Yeah.
And when the kids get older, we have to start teaching them how to budget, and this is a good way to do it. Hey guys, let's have a family meeting. Do we want to go out for dinner this week? Go to the movies next week? Do we want to stay in a hotel when we go on vacation?
Right.
Camping? You know what I mean? Like they can actively participate in how the family spends their family money.
Okay. And then also using all of your own stuff. So making your own foods, making your own meals.
Oh, for sure. There is no quicker way to blow through your budget than to stop and eat out.
Right.
So if you spend an hour a day, or an hour a week rather, planning, and even if you buy your groceries, now I buy my groceries online and I take the recipes and I type in the ingredients, and that eliminates it eliminates what you're going to do for dinner, like the stress of what you're going to do for dinner every day at 5 o'clock. You're like, when you don't plan. And it's cheaper.
Okay. And then when it talks to some of our own stuff, also sharing, your credit report with your kids and kind of how that works.
Yeah, or at least yourself. Like, even if you don't want to show your kids, we all have a financial report card, and sometimes we're just not that familiar with it. So it's time this year to sit down, look it up online, and see where we stand with our credit agencies.
Okay. And then why save your receipts?
Well, because a lot of those things are tax deductible.
Like what?
So if the PTA, the president of the PTA is going to come after every single parent, and she is going to get you to buy something, okay? And you just want it over with so quickly. But a lot of these things are tax deductible. If you give a donation of cash, that's tax deductible.
Okay.
If you buy something like wrapping paper or chocolates, they're always selling something. Well, that's not tax deductible if you keep it, but if you give it away, then it is, like if you give it to another charity.
Okay. So make sure that you have whatever you've spent on trying to support the school for the year, so hold on to those receipts.
Yeah.
Okay. And then lastly, grocery shop alone.
Oh my God.
Why?
Well, you know, researchers have found that it's called the pester power. Kids, they will pester you.
Can I have this? Can I have this? Can I have this?
That costs you, that could cost you like $20 a week, right? And if you add that up,
to them just to get them to be quiet.
Please just be quiet,
Yeah.
right? And then they wind up having too much sugar and too much fat and too much. So if you can just do it alone, if you can, and again, even online, even if you have to pay a delivery fee,
It's worth it.
well, it'll probably be less than over time.
All right. Your book is Not Buying It,
right.
Stop Overspending and Start Raising Happier, Healthier, and More Successful Kids. Where can folks pick up your book?
Amazon, Barnes & Noble, your local bookseller. They're great at supporting authors.
Okay. And your website?
Is thehomeeconomist.com.
All right, Brett, thank you so much.
Thank
You're
you.
helping people get back on the right track.
I
as
hope
the school
so.
year
All of
starts.
us. All of
Yes.
us.
All right. Thanks so much.